So we all know that TikTok is likely to get taken down. I don't know how soon, but we know they're not going to divest. So I would imagine it could be whenever, well, the powers that rule over us decide they just want to rip it down, because that is the plan if they won't divest, and we know they won't divest. So before they get taken down, let me just show you some of the newest, the 2023, but some of these lobbyists have a revolving door because they've had ties to Capitol Hill in other ways. Yes, but they lobby for American Nurses Association. So let's start here. There's other names. I wouldn't be able to show all of them, but just a brief overview here. You see they're all lobbyists for American Nurses, American Nurse. Okay. You see the arrows, like the circle arrows. That means they have a revolving door. They lobby for them over and over again. But what's interesting is you see the one right next to me, Julie E. Schroyer, and then Alan Wheat's another one, and then the one at the very top, James Fleshman. Well, they just happen to have really close ties, colluding type ties, you could say. This is likely why Trump said that he didn't want people being able to leave administrative roles and go into lobbying. Well, these people would be an example why. So first, here's Julie Schroyer. Julie's clients have included healthcare professional organizations representing the nursing profession, nurse educators, nurse practitioners, social workers, PA educators, addiction professionals, hand therapists, on and on. You see, but there's more. Years as Deputy Director of Congressional Affairs at American Psychiatric Association, where she worked on mental health parity and reform. Okay, so remember I said the people at the top of like the Psychiatric Association, they're twisted. Well, here's why. They just really have ulterior motives. I don't think any good ones for anybody. Julie got her start on Capitol Hill as a professional staff member for the House Select Committee to Children, Youth, and Families, working closely with chairpersons former Congressman George Miller, Democrat out of California, and former Congresswoman Patricia Schroeder, Democrat out of Colorado. She continues to develop and maintain her extensive bipartisan network of contacts. I'm sure she does. That include members of Congress, committee and personal staff, association leaders, and agency executives. You see how this is a problem? This is the reason American Nurses Association is a disgrace. But then I've always kind of think they have been a disgrace. One of their lobbyists is, the last name is Daley. And I have a feeling it goes back to Richard Daley, family-wise. Yeah, a lot of them have family ties, a lot of collusion going on. And certainly their colluding isn't to make anything better because it gets worse. And then now they just disregard evidence. But if you see the bottom of Julie's page, what do you see? James Fleshman, because he's also one of the Capitol Hill people. And here's a picture of him just showing a picture, not that it's important, but what's important is, of course, you can have your connections to Congress and get your bullshit passed and your harm to children passed when you have deadbeats like this willing to not do the right thing. In fact, I don't think any of their lobbyists are nurses. Maybe one is a anesthesiologist, but that's not even a nurse. So that just seems stupid. It seems ludicrous. This is why I say these people should no longer have a seat at the table, and they have all these inside connections. So all of them and their inside connections, yep, they need to be thrown out. They're called the swamp. Just a little bit about James Fleshman. James works with a wide array of clients to help them successfully achieve their government relations goals, along with possessing a thorough understanding of the federal legislative and regulatory landscape. He uses his sharp analytical and communication skills to effectively advance the advocacy goals of clients, including National Trade Association, membership organizations, and as well as public, not-for-profit, and private for-profit. How nice. He's just all around. I know so many people in the Capitol, so I can help you get your lies. I can help you disregard the Constitution of the United States and only serve your organization's goals. Way to go, James. Way to go, Julie. Yeah, but of course you're just political people, right? Doesn't matter. You know how it works there in the swamp. You're a part of that shadow government. Way to go. How proud you must be. Here's Robert Daley, yes, Director of Legislative Affairs at the National Association of ACOs, American University. Yeah, something that's no good and it obviously hasn't helped anything. And I haven't looked deeply into it, but when I looked up his name, it tied back to, yes, a connection to Richard Daley, who used to be the mayor of Chicago a long time ago, which would explain a lot, because when I had my encounter with American Nurses Association, they were corrupt from the onset. Now, the rep I had, because it was all a union then, he was, he's just a regular guy. I wouldn't, but the lawyer there, yeah, he was all tied with the politicians, all tied. This is the problem. These people disregard they could care less. All they care about is the money. And now they have gotten so sick with their money and their power and their shadowy government with their connections that they don't even care what they're doing to children. See, that just pisses me off, because, well, that goes back to my initial anger at American Nurses Association and that morally bankrupt chief nursing officer that was in with them. Yeah, it was really, I don't think they deliberately, I think I just got in the way, let's put it that way. I'm not going to go into that story. But when you can try to manipulate a child, a 14-year-old, all because you're a chief nursing officer that has no moral compass, but you're a forensic nurse and you think you're so important out of University of Illinois, Chicago, and you came from there where the biggest nursing union contract is in Illinois, is there. I've said it before. I'm not going through all. But when you can do that to a patient, to a child, you're just not a good person at all. But then I watched how the lawyer for American Nurses Association, even once I had all the evidence of what that chief nursing officer did, he just ignored it. He was really nervous. And then he never really represented me. He acted like he was dead every time I had to go through the hell I went through. So I'm not going to go into that story, but my point is, if they were already connected to dirty politics in Chicago, then dirty politics in Chicago, it's no different than Obama. It's not like they care about other people's lives. You're just a grape to be squashed if you get in their way. This one's been actually with them, American Nurses Association, lobbying for them a long time. Yeah, way to go, Christina. Christina Uyghur, anesthesia and patient safety. Really, patient safety? You really want to put that as something you actually represent? I don't think so, because you're lobbying for an organization that push it. She's anesthesia, patient safety? Like, do any of these people have any, like, nursing, MD, any kind of license? Like, do they know about the frontal lobe? No. They just go in there and do whatever American Nurses Association tells them to. This just makes her profile look like she's someone important. She's direct. Okay, where's her credentials? Like, the nurses love to, make you, like, drag out the whole alphabet. Yeah, where is hers? What is she? It just says anesthesia, patient safety. Okay, it doesn't say, just... the games. I'm so sick of the government. So this is some of the people that, like, if American Nurses Association, they hired another agency. Also, they have their own. And then they have this agency. This, I highlighted it, Pulsnelli PC in 2023. So this is some of the people that they have retained. Okay, so this Omnicell is in here. Any nurse knows what Omnicell is. So they represent them. So it's like a cornering of everything. So that's why Jennifer Menzick Kennedy, who's heading up American Nurses Association, just is on her total power trip, because this isn't the whole list of all the people between them who also work for American Nurses Association, but then under this company have all these and more. This one doesn't surprise me. Yeah, transplantation surgery is a lot of money, but you could see there's more than this too. So I'll go a little bit more into them because, well, there's tied to a school that has a very dark history.